He's doing it again. He's doing it again, and this is just going to be just every match at this point, right? He's just going to make fun of whoever he's playing. He's going to call him a pig, and they're just going to manhandle him. I mean, 100 Thieves are hot, boy. They are hot, man. They are looking good. It feels like they're just swarming you. It feels like they're constantly on top of you. It feels like they're always looking to either keep their advantage, their win condition, or they're instantly trying to find a new one and get on top of you. I mean, they're not giving you any space to do anything, okay? And, I mean, they're playing lights out. We're going to start with the pistol round here against G2. Now, I'm not going to lie. I think this kind of BO3 here with these maps is a little like G2 sided. I was expecting some different things. Ascent comes out on the pick, followed by Bind, and decided by Split. All, I think, maps that, G2 is comfortable playing. So we're going to start off here with a kind of like a flood setup, okay? This is a very, sorry, it's a little loud here. This is a very common, style of setup on this map where the defenders are really not committed to anything, right? And they're in positions where they can move around freely and they can use utility, layer utility, and really make it difficult for the attackers to kind of like hit here. So aim main control comes through, kind of makes it look like it's almost like an orb farm, right? There's a safe smoke to play around. There's a dart that clears wine. They're getting in, they're setting up here. You might not be ready for them to go. But again, with this flood setup, people are kind of like allowed to move. They're not like tied down to anything. Now, this might kind of be a call off the top of like Valent's head here. Maybe some anti-strap, some prep work on like what a setup looks like when they don't do aim main control. So they're going to get ready to pop the site here with a fragment lineup and a drone coming in. Asuna does a late knife that gets a scan, cancels the drone. Look at the util layering here. Dart comes in with the paranoia. 5v3. Bang going for an instant reposition when he gets a kill. Look how many people are facing you when you peek. You're peeking heaven, there's 2. You're peeking hell right here, there's 2. You're in a 1v3, you're split, right? Bang keeps going with more HP. 3-1 situation converted. And this is exactly what it's going to look like all game. 100 Thieves are not going to respect you, okay? They're not going to give you chances, right? They're going to get in your face. They don't care how much they're up. They don't care how much they're down. And they don't care what's on the stake. Okay, what's on the line, to be fair, right? So remember what we talked about here with these loose setups that 100 Thieves is running? They're moving around the map constantly, okay? They're not necessarily gambling, but they're operating based on their lines of controls, right? If people feel comfortable, okay, they're going to say that they don't need any help for now and that they're okay. They're going to shift into maybe a more passive setup, a more defensive setup. As you can see, Bang is jump spotting hell here. Why is he jump spotting hell instead of playing A main? Because he has 3 layers of stoppage, right? He has his A main, and he kind of has his dice here, and then he's playing back in like this 3rd position. So, if these guys are to pop on him, he can make a play, something along the lines of smoking main and blinding it. If he can't contest that choke, he can smoke in sight and he can blind and he can live. Asuna can run over here and bomb flashes. Crowd can run back in and maybe come through the smoke, make a play, whatever it is. G2 ends up grouping back B here. They're going to do an execute based on updrafting over the switch area, and based on what ICCs they're going to rip the soul vault. A really, really good play and something that's very hard to avoid. But we're going to watch EU again, this unsung hero of this team. We're going to watch him dance around this soul vault, okay? And I want to just showcase, okay, the knowledge of, again, how the agent works, how the ult works, okay? It matters a lot, especially in these moments. A lot of people will kind of panic and get caught out. So as you can see here, Trent is now ulting off of the minimap of what ICCs, right? So this first ping is pretty much free, right? Do you see how EU isn't stuck? He's not looking at the ground. He's not looking up in the air. He has his knife out, so he has the highest amount of movement speed possible. When you're getting hit with the Sova ult, you don't necessarily want to look at it, right? You want to look where it's going. Okay, do you see how he can see where the soul vault is going? It's going to path right and it's going to pulse now. So once he sees that it's kind of like committing like this and the beam is out, he knows that Trent can't flick it away. So he baits it to go out. Now he's going to go back in, and again, he knows this because he is facing the wall, right? He's not looking directly at the soul vault, right? He's not looking, trying to run out in the open and just run in one direction. He can take a second, he could pause, okay? He can think about what he's doing, and he can move and get around it. Now, he's going to keep his life here. When this is I promise you, a 99 out of 100 times, a player is going to die to this ult, but EU is just that good. Immediately takes out his recon dart. Ready to play with Boosty on the bomb site here, calling that he has the first contact. We're now going to talk about something called contact trading, ping-ponging, right? EU is contact 1. Here's contact 2 right here, peeking. Well, Boostio didn't get a kill, but EU is just cleaning him up. And here's the flood we're talking about. The paranoia is coming through. Look at the assists here. Asuna is bombing flashes. They're always in position where they can just move over and they can just throw shit in your face and they can just ruin whatever you're trying to accomplish. Okay, Icy's going to come out of the choke point at 58 seconds here. We're going to rewind. Let's pay attention and see how long it takes Asuna to get over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At 7 seconds, he's saying right now, I'm going to flash for you. I'm going to flash for you guys. Flash coming, flash coming. Stay anti. And that's where we're going to see this kind of POV from Boostio here, how he's tucked on this little green box. He's waiting for that flash to come over the top. They're all revealed. They're both tucked waiting. Flash pops, right? Here we go. Full blind player. Full blind player. And then Trent lingering behind because he had ult. Excellent utility usage, excellent contact trading, excellent game knowledge. It's a hard team to beat, man. We can take a second to talk about the next round here. Just the power of being on the same page and understanding as a defender, it is okay to give things up. You don't always have to hard hold everything. You don't always have to spread so thin and consider everything right. Some things can be okay to be given away to the attackers. In turn, you know, you are fighting something or you are gaining map control other way, right? We're going to do a cat split here. This is a rare missed flash. We end up missing the pop flash here. I guess it because was the cloud burst here kind of like bugged it out a little bit, but the one that's normally thrown usually doesn't really land there. Icy's gonna dash in here. He doesn't really have a follow-up flash or a dart. He gets put in a position where he gets spammed through the smoke here. We're now in the man advantage. Again, the 100 Thieves don't have to worry about A main here, okay? They know that the majority of people is cat. They want to go into that and fight it. They don't want to sit in sight and hide, right? And get zoned and boxed in here. They want to pick one side to fight, right? Not one holding this, one holding that, one helping, you know, down the middle, whatever he feels. Kraus saying, yo, I got your A main, you can fight cat with him. The blind comes, another layer of util. Asuna coming out wide here, punishing these blind players. Leaf decided to lurk mid here. Punishes a couple people before he's going to die, but again, Kraus still posted on that, and here it is again. Swarming, getting in your face. They're not letting you run away. They're not letting you take anything. If you want to do something, they're doing something right back to you. They're not giving you shit. G2, I would be okay with giving them credit as the most fundamental team in the league. I think that not only are they just really good at them, but they rely on them. Okay, it's a part of the system that Josh RT and VALORANT have created here. And when you see moments where, you know, they're not trusting that system, or, you know, there's little gaps, miscommunications, not being on the same page, overthinking, overcomplicating, whatever it may be, you know, you worry for him, right? We're going to do a Killjoy exec ult strategy here. Again, G2, a prep-heavy team, could be some sort of anti-strat, could be some idea that they've had, you know, working in this off time, knowing that they're going to be playing this team. They're going to put it down here, and what I'm really surprised about is the fact that they don't really invest like a lot to go into this. A really common play you're going to see when this attacker Killjoy ult comes out is a smoke is going to be thrown here, and the defenders are going to stay in this dice, heaven, hell, attic area, and they're going to hold the smoke, right? Because it doesn't actually like fully push you out like the B main ult. You know, there's still some space in the bomb site. As soon as it pulses, you can throw a site smoke here, and you can play around it, right? We're going to see Trent running with his knife out, which is kind of like confusing. He's going to get first blooded here. And I don't want to say that they're not aware of this, but it just seems like they're just not really considering it, right? This could be, you know, a little bit of a gamble, some sort of anti-strat. I don't actually know. But, you know, getting caught off like this, you know, on this type of investment of a round is really lackluster. So Cryo's going to get one here. He's immediately going to get spammed. I feel like someone should have been doing that in the first place, right? At that 1-2 second mark of the Killjoy ult. If there's 5 people scaling forward, I think it's okay for one person to start, you know, tapping out these common angles. Paranoia is going to get traded here again with that util layering. Look how fast the 100 Thieves are in this position. They're ready to go. They're throwing flashes. They're darting. They're helping each other. They're flooding. They're not letting you get set up. They're disrespecting you. They don't care. They're playing their game. Bang, doing a good job playing his life, continuing to cycle the smoke there. We have the 2 people holding heaven. They go 0 for 2. And Bang has still lived in the bomb site. The bomb site players still can't get to him. They still can't trade him out. He is just being such a pest. And this is exactly how you want to play this A bomb site against this particular situation. It's just very well done by 100 Thieves. He was now going to farm another ult here, which is just really, you know, tough to see. EU recently used his ult. Okay, he just got, you know, 4 more kills, and now he's 1 away. So moments like this really make halves, you know, hard to win when these ults keep coming online that are so difficult to deal with, so disruptive. So well played by 100 Thieves. On our second pistol round of the game here, we're going to see a very familiar situation, right? Defenders in a loose setup, ready to flood based on some sort of rush, okay? Trent is in a lineup spot where he can shock anybody who's walking out of the entrance. If they do a B rush, he's going to do a bunch of damage, and he's going to be able to play the retake, even use his recon to spam people through smokes. They're not interested in playing the bomb site. They're going to try to killjoy molly you at the entrance here to keep you zoned and stuck in B main, and in that time, all the defenders on A are going to be able to move over and use their utility to flood out onto you. So, Hunter Thieves, gonna go for a B rush here. Shock, easily 100 damage. Cryo burning in the molly, closing the switch, breaking the recon, getting spammed. Another shock is gonna go down here. So let's just pay attention to the health on 100 Thieves here. Minus 20, minus 57, minus 71, minus 49. Over 200 damage has been done to them right now, right? And now they're in a position where they're ready to flood. What do we have left? We have a flash, we have a knife, we have an omen blind. What I really don't like about this style of G2 pistol round is I feel like they've kind of missed their timing, right? If they were going to flood, I want them to be in positions where they can potentially counter that jet running in, right, and really just stuff them in the face, and we have 3-4 people maybe holding that smoke, you know, stopping them from getting out of B main, whatever it is, and they kind of rush this situation. Door's going to get broken here. As soon as it does get broken, a right-click flash pops out with one person jumping across, one person dashing, getting stuck on him, and I have 2 people coming out market throwing an omen blind. So they kind of go before the plant. I think that even letting the plant here get set up could be good, right? Just letting at least one person get stuck in that bomb site where, you know, they aren't able to play. Asunu gets off the plant here, and what he's going to do now is he's going to throw a flash, right? So he's going to enable EU to come out of the smoke. He's going to enable Bang to peek lane. And again, these are the kind of fights that they want to have, right? They want to have these like fights on their terms where the flash is going to be out, it's going to pop in their face, and they're going to be full blind. They didn't really have a lot to play with here. And this one moment of opportunity, this one flash is going to hit 4 people, and that's how they're going to win this round. Flash on the way, calling for everybody to wait. It pops. Bang peeks, get 1. Crowd peeks, gets 1. These guys are kind of like full blind in this switch area, unable to trade. EU's coming out of B main smoke, getting a kill here. Look at us facing. We're all facing. EU's facing. Bang's facing. Austin is knife out trying to face. Crowd's jumping up trying to trade. They're just swarming you. They're just swarming you. There's nothing to go. So again, I think maybe being a little more meticulous here can be beneficial for G2, right? Hey guys, we missed our timing. Let's go ahead and pause, right? We're going to do this and that now, right? We need to clear this front site of the bomb site, right? We're going to clear out this front site here. We're going to clear out the switch and the logs, right? Then when our omen smoke fades, we're going to clear out B main. Okay, now that we have them zoned to the bomb site, okay, I'm going to blind here. We're going to do that. We're going to knife this. We're going to recon that, whatever it is. Kind of going one by one and using the advantage of the amount of damage that you did, right? And, you know, being able to play that not in a 5v5 setting, you know, could have been like the game breaker here. I really want to show you guys this round that 100 Thieves cooked up here. I think this is a really cool thing that doesn't really happen often enough, taking advantage of the nullification of the CTs when you're using your KO, aka they can't use utility, and the utility that they have placed goes down. So the thought process here is that Austin is going to ult A, and Killjoy is going to reveal himself in a main, right? So the presumed lurker of the team, you know, maybe you could even offer that up to the, you know, controller role on Omen. They're all together and they're showing themselves in A, okay? They have like a pretty big count here, G2, and, you know, they're going to say, you know, they're hitting A, come over boys, let's get ready to flood. A lot of the time, similar to the KJ ult, the KO ult is this thing where it draws a starting line in the sand. And what I mean by that is, you know, when the KJ ult comes in, you know, your, you know, attacker Killjoy ult, right? If we're casting it right here, the circle's, you know, right around this, you know, something along the lines of that. So theoretically, these positions are like the starting line for the CTs, right? They're waiting for it to pulse, you know, they're ready to go in as soon as it's done. Same exact thing with the KO ult, right? If we're pulsing somewhere in one of these positions, you know, our radius is very wide, you know, we're all the way out here. So you let these guys get close in these positions, sitting by the door, sitting close heaven, and they're ready to flood on you when your KO ult expires, right? You're sitting, you're waiting, you can't use it until you're going to ball it all up, and you're going to use it right then and there in that moment. What's going to happen is Leaf is going to rotate through spawn here and get to this garden position. EU is going to wait for that to happen, looking for this alarm bot or this turret, right, wherever they were in mid, and he's going to get a backstab on this timing. And again, showcase to like the strategy, including like the just layers of utility that are just really difficult to deal with. Every time I've had my POV on Icy on this defensive half for G2, he's blind. There's a smoke in his face, something's in his face. He can't even like get the chance to play. So this is a really just masterclass job done by the calling here. So the pop is going to happen. The blind comes in. Dart, or sorry, Molly flash. Here's the full blind, right? Has to back up, has to respect it. The KO is now going to come in here. Again, throwing those mollies, stopping him from peeking, closing the door, getting ready. EU isn't venturing out into mid here, right? He's letting this marinate, right? He doesn't need to force his way up mid here and go for a lurk. Why? Because the counter terrorists, sorry, the CTs, the defenders, they are looking for that timing right now, right? When a person or a group of people are taking a bomb site, you can't do anything about this right now, right? I can't run out here as Icy. Why? Because I only have 2 people. I'm not going to win the round. So this is just trading, right, time to accomplish something else. So usually when you see moments like this where the bomb site is completely uncontested, the defenders are going to be clearing out middle, right? They're going to be pushing through these positions. They're going to be looking for these guys who are being lazy on their lurks, who are walking up, getting into a position that's too far forward and getting caught out. EU is aware of this, and he's just sitting and he's waiting. He knows he doesn't need to make a play yet. He's going to be patient, and he's going to wait. Bomb is going to get planted here by Asuna, and then he's going to ult. I kind of wish that he did it earlier, but, you know, he does it on this timing, which is fine. EU now hears all the deactivation come down. He's probably going to say some sort of keyword here for them. Some sort of keyword that means I'm flanking, play your life. You know, it's different for every team. So we're going to see Cryo kind of angle out here, and 2 players hide in a smoke, right? There isn't some crazy fight happening right now. The delay is happening, right? They aren't out in the open. They're sitting, and they're punishing people who are going to come into that smoke. These guys aren't out in the open. They're sitting and waiting for people to, like, get ready to jump out heaven, okay? Also just throwing a fragment to slow them down. We're buying so much time, so much time, so much time. VALORANT is probably spitballing a game plan right now, guys. All right, as soon as this ends, we're going to do this. Or if we don't have enough time, we're going to do this right now. Get ready, 3, 2, 1. It's hectic, right? It's hectic. G2 are losing clarity of this. There's a lot of fog of war right now. It's hard to see through it. EU is still taking that time, just listening, being patient, waiting. Do you see how he still isn't going? Do you know why he's still not going? Because everyone here is on the same page with 100 Thieves. Dan, they're not coming through the smoke yet. Dan, they're not out heaven yet. They still could be looking at you. Wait a little longer, right? Wait a little longer. He is ready and put in this position where he knows exactly what he should be doing. He's going to park here into this corner, and he's going to wait. This is a masterclass of a round. Okay, here we go. They're about to come out. Another knife comes through. You still can't use utility. G2 waited that entire nullification from the KO, and they still got knifed, and they can't come out. Cryo takes a timing peek here, knocks the head off, instantly tucks, right? Plays his life, doesn't give it away, not getting traded instantly. The op begins to angle out here. EU has perfect timing on this flank, knocks all these guys down. It wasn't even close. It was a 5v5 on paper, but it wasn't even close how this guy played it. Masterclass. And here we're going to see a snippet on Bind of what I was trying to explain to you guys when we were watching ASCENT there, and what Icy's screen actually looked like. So again, you know, if you smother these duelists with utility, good layering and trading, they effectively are going to do nothing. It does not matter how good the duelist is. It does not matter what they've done, who they are. There's nothing you could do in this game when stuff like this pops up on your screen, okay? So a long B control ends up turning into a TP shower play. Watch the disrespect here from EU. I just can't glaze this guy enough. Okay, the selflessness, what he's willing to do to win rounds, okay, and put his team in the position to succeed. He's running through the nade. He understands that if they sit behind this nade right now, they can just be stuffed at this choke point, and they're not going to be able to get out with this thrash time. He's willing to sacrifice himself for that. If they just sit behind that nade here, Icy might be able to hold. There might be another smoke coming in through from Valen, and in that time, Leaf and Trent are going to be able to flood out CT spawn. Again, selflessness, runs out here, plays the objective, does his job. Now, Icy's POV, 1 Prowler, 1 Tether, 1 Nade, 2 Prowler, spam. I mean, what can you do? He's literally out of ammo from breaking stuff. He's literally out of ammo from it. The trades come through, same page, 2-prong attack from short and shower, beautifully played again from 100 Thieves. Well, 100 Thieves actually really let off the gas at the end half of their attacker side of Bind. And with this being a very attack-sided map lately, it was kind of a disappointing finish. They were playing a little too far ahead of themselves, and they kind of forgot that G2 still have a chance to win this game. So with that momentum being flipped, G2 really run away with it here. And again, I'd like to just showcase like what that looks like, you know, for what I say. So we're going to be in a position where we're going to do this little like shower trap thing going on with the Thrash. Asa's in a position where he can bait. He's not even going to get one here. The Thrash is going to come out. He pre-fires it, right? So he isn't even looking. He doesn't care who's there. He's just going to pre-fire it to stop him. He's going to get a triple detain here. He's going to walk up, get a kill here. The smoke is going to drop. He kind of hesitates, and Valen does a good job protecting his boy here. So again, you know, 4v3 situation, we have them stuck at a choke point. I think this is just a play that Boostio needs to abandon, right? He just needs to be okay with understanding that there's a bigger picture here, right? There's just a greater good. I got one, right? I should be dead right now. I got one, and I can back up. Look at the amount of utility I have remaining. I have Mosh, I have Wingman, I have Dizzy. I can just back up, and I can just play the objective here, right? They're the ones who need to make the play. They're the ones who need to plant. And again, you know, he kind of just like forces it down their throat and is just, you know, pushing straight at them. Now, Cryo's in a really weird position where he just has to take a little bit of a 50-50. Leaf plays this well, gets into U-Haul here. Again, Cryo has like 3 things he has to worry about. Valen ends up getting his ult off of Boostio's death. Cryo gets timing, again, Rock in a hard place. EU has to kind of like panic swing here, trying to get a trade. 3v1 situation, very difficult to win for Bang. He's gonna end up spamming here. Really good ping from a dead player there, calling that out. I honestly think that this was winnable if he didn't molly himself and he was able to get out on that timing, because both these players are very low. But watch how Valen plays this, man. Here's the G2 fundamentals that got this to the position that they are. In the timing that they were separated, they have now regrouped. Look at the crosshair being dragged. Look how far away you have to spray and just commit to this guy. In the timing, he sacrifices. Leaf can get the trade. Very well played from G2. Well, Thieves are consistently replicating what they do on other maps onto different ones to kind of like insinuate that success, right? It's very seamless. We have a lot of reps doing it. It's very familiar to us, and I really like the idea that they bring with their executes. We're going to see an A bomb site execute here. What I'd like to show is that Asuna is going to opt for the Stinger here, right? So he's going to be able to give away, he's going to go full armor Stinger here. He doesn't need to have a gun, right? He doesn't need to have light armor and a gun. When you're using your rocket in a moment like this, Raze players, you want to have full armor, right? That is your loss condition. You know, getting shot out of the air, getting spammed, you know, chipped away at, whatever it is. You don't actually need a gun in that moment. More often than not, you're going to kill someone, and they're going to give you a gun, right? So a good start from there. Exec is going to come through at the start of the round, and G2 is going to be in a position where, you know, they're going to be in a 5v5 retake here. A lot expended. Rocket's still in play. Trent goes for a really big spam here, trying to break the wingman. Asuna instantly reads that as an opportunity to kill someone. Look at the defenders. Do you see how look at the attackers. Do you see how they're not all bunched up in sight doing nothing? Okay, no one's sitting here, no one's sitting here, no one's sitting here, no one's sitting here, no one's sitting here. Obviously, you know, he is because he rocketed, and he is because he's, you know, clearing out the site, planting the bomb. But look at the proactivity from the other 3 here. The bomb site is empty. What does that mean? It means that people are somewhere else, right? It means that there's going to be some big retake, and we need to get in front of this utility. The paranoia, the breach utility, the nade, the snake bites. They're prepared for it. They're drilled on this stuff. And again, this is the type of stuff that makes championship level rosters. When people have this, you know, proactivity, they have this ingenuity, this initiative, okay, to not get owned. We're going to see, again, the man advantage being, you know, kept here. Icy goes for an equalizer here. A nade comes out on timing. Look what's happening when Thieves are swarming you. When Thieves are swarming you, you can't even get to this starting line, right? This starting line here where, okay, we're able to retake. Look how close they are to it. They're not even letting you get to it. They don't want you anywhere near these spots, right? This is the stuff that we're talking about that makes this team so explosive, so hard to deal with. A level of disrespect that you have to constantly tolerate and just, you know, be ready that it's just going to keep happening. Well, Thieves are going to show us resilience here, okay? They had a 4-round attack. They lost the defense pistol, and they were down 10-4, okay? They're going to slowly string together a comeback here. These type of maps are so important for teams. not necessarily at this level. The lower levels, it's even more valuable. But to show you that just because there's a certain score on the screen, it does not mean that the game is over. It does not mean that it's impossible. We can always come back and win. We can always make this happen. These guys treat each round like it's the exact same, no matter how high up or how down they are, like whatever it may be. So we're gonna see a bean line established here by 100 Thieves, and we're gonna see a ramp default come out from G2. Now, he's going to leave him, okay? He's in a really good spot. He's confident over there. This is what we talked about with being okay leaving certain positions open, knowing when you are going to get something back or you're ready to take something. So they're going to trade this mid opportunity here for a ramp re-clear. Obviously, this is like a little bit of a protocol that we're going to see here. EU's going to run over. He's going to get ready to Prowler or Tether. They're going to combo a Mosh Pit and a Snake Bite here. So 4 people towards the A site, right? When there were only 2 at the start. Wall goes up. Nades go out. Now, G2 has a really good reaction of this, where they're ready to go into the bomb site now, right? Guys, they're ramp. Guys, they're ramp. Here's our timing. Here's our timing, right? So they're going to run out here, and they're going to try to get in. Again, really well played by 100 Thieves, where I'm not even sure if G2 expects someone to be in the bomb site at this rate. Crowd's going to pop his site smoke. He's going to wait for the flash call. The flood comes through. The trades are coming out. Bang is literally floating tethered, getting kills. And we have a kind of like a count mistake here where Valen thinks that he killed everybody and takes his knife out. Leaf, last player remaining, hasn't thrown any utility. He's probably flanking. Who's in sight living? Who's in sight jiggling? Who's in sight taking their time? EU, man. EU, he's just so hard to deal with. He's buying time for Asuna. Asuna is slowly flanking this guy. Just waiting, right? Leaf is in the spot to make the play. We're not walk pushing, trying to find him right now necessarily. We're just slowly eliminating the positions he could be in. Then we can kind of start to move. Gets the bomb, backs up, jump spots his bait, and Asuna is ready to punish. Just perfectly played. I really like this call that's going to come out from Valen, and this is something that you can use in really any situation when you realize that the opponent is fast rotating or they're flooding, okay? Valen's going to say, boys, these guys are just running through spawn constantly, right? Round after round, there's just 3, 4 people wherever we're going. They're not flanking, right? They're relying on one person keeping an info line, and they're just going to stack the other bomb site. So we're going to get in a position where we're going to run a B fake here, right? Smokes are going to drop. We're going to use the Nightfall. Paranoia is going to get thrown. We're trying to cut off all sight lines if possible, okay? The real kind of like blunder in this moment that you have to remember when you're running these fakes is these information gathering ults, right? Is sometimes you can just instantly pop one and it just makes it very, very obvious that it's not real. Now, if Cryo didn't have this Gecko ult, I would sure say that Bang and Asuna are going to molly this choke and they're going to drop him into sight and they're going to help him, and Boostu is going to rotate over and he's going to flash, and this would have been perfect. But the Gecko ult coming out, again, showcases the fact that, boys, they're not there. It's only 2. It's only 2. EU's going to instantly react, and now G2 is going to run into A, and they're going to try to get a bomb down here. Nade comes in for screams. Satchels come out. EU just wallbangs him through a shoulder, kills him. They gotta go all the way back and get the bomb. Now Asuna's popped the rocket. Now they can't freely go in. Now the bomb is almost down again. Asuna keeps peeking. The flood keeps happening. The util is layered. They're just stuck. They're just cornered. They're compact. They're uncomfortable. They're swarming them. They just don't stop moving forward. They just don't get out of your face. They just show you that they do not care. Win condition is still clear to them, right? They're still on the same page. Unfortunately, no winnable for G2. Was a good call outside of the fact that they had that info gathering. Oh, that kind of just like ruined it. Well played by 100 Thieves, another successful flood. Well, 100 Thieves are now going to go for a instant A main Viper's Pit. And in this time, G2 are doing this fast event control, trying to trap Bang. I think this is a anti-strat here being showcased, where Bang has a tendency to ult mid from this position that's pinged right here. That's being stunned by Jonah P. This is a classic misdirection, trying to jump on someone and really scare them and kind of like ruin their round, ruin their setup, and be able to react off of it. Now, the pick comes out A. Trent's going to spam here and get a kill. Okay, 100 Thieves are now in the man disadvantage. Let's take a look at that minimap. Remember what happens in the man disadvantage. People gamble, people take risks. Okay, it's way more common. They have to equalize. They have to get something back. So 100 Thieves are fully expectant that they're going to speed up into the bomb site here. They don't care about this mid lurk if there is one, this B lurk if there is one. They're going to run over here and they're going to try to flood. And they're going to try to fuck you over getting into the bomb site. They don't want you to get set up. They understand how hard it's going to be. Asuna angling out instantly. Gets eyed, flash, stuck in in the open. Knocked down. 3v5 situation now. Icy hiding in the vent room. Rest of the players running in. Look at Boostio running in on this timing. Gets the first blood here. Bomb goes down. Gets another. EU is just zoning them and just slowing them down this entire time. The bomb is going to get planted here. Cryo has this kind of like flood wall available. Now we're going to see the unthinkable. I don't know what this is. If it's a ghost comm, if it's something. Valorant is going to TP up, okay, give Cryo, you know, kind of like a hug, and he's going to get taken down. Now this 2v2, Icy's going to react to this situation and come up the rope with his judge, and he's just going to get shut down. Why? Because Raze was still in mid, right? Raze was mid at the start of the round. We heard him satchel up. We know he's still up here. It only makes sense, right? Understanding the body language of Valorant's play. That play is so random and senseless in the moment, right? That the only thing that makes sense to Cryo is that someone else is here. There's no way that he's just TPing out into the open, right? Obviously, someone is here. There's a miscommunication, something along the lines of that. That kind of like provokes the fact that Icy's here. Leaf is left in a 1v2, which sucks. Has to reveal his position. Kind of twirling around here. Really difficult situation. Fake drop happens. Incredible shot onto him. It's in a 1v1 against EU now. Punished. Really, really difficult situation. Really well played from 100 Thieves. Really terribly played from G2. I have no problem saying it now. If this play was actually calculated by Bang and Asuna, okay, 100 Thieves are winning Shanghai, and it's not even close, okay? This team has so many game sense-oriented players, and they take advantage of almost every opportunity they get themselves into. Like we talked about earlier, G2 is a very prep-heavy team, okay? Your Viper on this split map is going to constantly throw this mid-orb, and he's going to play this vent position, and his raze will usually be coupled with him in this male position, right? They're ready to deny mid with that nade, that fuel, that snake bite. If you come out B, I still have that nade for B, and I can help my controller who's playing, you know, backside or default with a sight smoke. Very textbook stuff. Again, G2 is prepped for this. They understand it. Now, what we're going to see very special here is a reposition from Bang, okay? He doesn't want to get caught out in this spot. He doesn't want to get jumped by them. He's going to pop his orb here. He's going to walk out and clear mid by himself. Now, remember, they were down 4-10 at one point. And now it's 12-11, okay? One more round and you're making the grand finals of this tournament, okay? Everything to me screams, right? Play fundamentals, right? Take it easy, okay? They are at the disadvantage here, guys. Let's just play our advantage. Let's just play our game. You know, we don't have to force a win right now. Bang takes it upon himself. He does not give a shit, okay? Bang's in a reposition to mail here. So now, with this prep, with this understanding, G2 now thinks, okay, one vent, one mail, right? Raze here, Viper here. We're going to go for this Viper because he has no fuel remaining on his orb, right? We just need to, someone just pay attention to this and make sure that this guy can't come through. Now we're going to see the magic happen. Okay, here we go. The vent take is about to happen. Asuna gets over here on perfect timing. He sprang through the smoke. Asuna, right? The male guy. Hey, over here. I'm sprang through the smoke. Bang's asking for help in vent. I'm the male guy. You don't have to worry about the smoke. No one's in the smoke. I'm sprang from the top of heaven, right? And this makes G2 look at the vent here. Bang comes out on the timing, gets one, gets two, gets a third. Valen trades him out. I mean, unbelievable stuff. Again, if this was planned, unbelievable how well played that was. Asuna is using the gun that Bang is using to mask it. He's spamming from deep mail rather than close mail to make them spam back at him. They are just totally unaware of the fact that this is possible. 2v4 situation here. Valen's going to grab the bomb and ult to the lurker. Okay, unfortunately, Leaf just has to take this timing on the haunt. This is a really unwinnable situation. 100 Thieves are now backs to a wall, right? Backs to a wall. When we're in this big man advantage, as you can see, there's no space behind them, right? It's just the borders of the map. They can't get flanked. They can't get surprised. Everybody's just holding in front of them, taking their time, playing the advantage. G2 are slowly going to creep into this bomb site and get picked off, and 100 Thieves are going to advance to this grand final. And if they win this, they have really good seeding for the Shanghai tournament coming up. Well played. Really nice try to GT. So a reminder for all the fans watching, this loss doesn't eliminate G2 or anything from Shanghai. G2, 100 Thieves, and Leviathan are all going to Shanghai. They are now going to compete for seeding. Okay, seeding is a huge advantage. In this tournament, the top seed coming in from each region is going to be able to pick their opponent. And knowing 100 Thieves, I don't think that they're going to pick the easiest team to play. Okay, I think they're just going to call out a Juggernaut and drag them in and just beat the shit out of them, and it's going to be the most entertaining stuff, memorable, record-holding stuff of all time, right? So I'm really excited to see that. G2 is going to face Leviathan tomorrow in a lower or BO3. Super, super, super insane match. It's just going to be really just a treat to watch. I'm excited to obviously see both of them. And Thieves here has this 2-day break now, right? So they're going to be able to, or sorry, 1-day break. They're going to be able to chill and they're going to be able to watch this map, update their prep, talk about, what they want to do against the team that wins, and then they're going to be able to execute it on the following day. So that's kind of like your advantage for being the grand final. And yeah, I think 100 Thieves is going to win Americas here. I don't think a team can kind of like hold a candle to them right now. The 2 maps that they've lost, in my opinion, they've kind of thrown. It wasn't the most terrible stuff I've seen. It really comes down to people playing with confidence and not really like evaluating risk properly. So again, I think if they kind of like play this a little more disciplined game and really like lock in and take it more serious than they have been, I think that again, like no team in Americas can kind of like touch them right now. So again, GG to them, and I'm really excited to be able to watch them in this Masters tournament. Again, I appreciate all the support that I've received lately. It's really just like overwhelming. I've never experienced anything like this before in my life in terms of creating content or playing this game. So thank you to each and every one of you who continue to tune in. If you guys don't know, I offer Valorant coaching. If you're trying to get better at the game, join my Discord, check out my options. I can help you get better. I can help you rank up, whatever your goal is. I work with all players in all regions. That's it for me. T-Dog out. Deuces.